Okay, good morning, everybody. We are here this rainy Wednesday morning, rainy for us down in South Texas anyways. It is May 27th. It is 10 a.m. For our regularly scheduled ACOG Board of Directors meeting. Ms. Natalie, could we have a roll call, please, ma'am?
Judge Hepke?
Yes, ma'am.
Councilman Spears? Alternate, Mary Anderson. Commissioner Calvert? Commissioner Clay
Present.
Judge Coon?
Commissioner Gillespie for Judge Cood.
Mayor Dennis?
Here.
Mayor Dodgen?
Kate McLeod for Mayor Dodgen.
Thank you. Judge Evans?
Here.
Councilman Galvan?
Here.
Representative Guillen? Ms. Hardwick?
Angela Rodriguez for Ms. Hardwick.
Thank you. Chair Hauslocker?
Here.
Mayor Herring?
Dalton Rice for Mayor Herring.
Judge Hoyt? Here. Mayor Inocencio? Judge Jones? Judge Kelly?
Here.
Judge Lukes?
Here.
Commissioner Martinez? Senator Menendez? Commissioner Moody?
Here.
Mayor Riley?
Here.
Councilman Spradley?
Councilman Lebowski, alternate for Spradley.
Thank you. Judge Stolarczyk? Mayor Suarez? Judge Keel?
Here.
Mr. Valdivia? President Vasquez?
Here.
Thank you. Judge Whitman?
Here.
Councilman White? Commissioner Wolverton?
Here.
Mayor DeLeon? Mr. Hoffman?
Tim Wolver for Mr. Hoffman.
Thank you. Senator Salverini? We have a quorum.
All right, thank you. Let's all stand for our United States pledge and Texas pledge. Get rolling. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right, thank y'all. I've kind of moved fast as it is, but we do have a State of the County addresses. I think at 11:30, is that correct? Give or take that.
Yes, sir.
So we are going to move even quicker today. So hearing that, item number 4 is public comments. Do we have any public comments this morning? We do not. All right, thank you so much. Any declarations of conflict of interest? Hearing none, we have the presentation this morning. Item number 6 is the Alamo Area Climate Plan presentation. Douglas Melnick, Assistant Director, City of San Antonio of Resilience and Sustainability.
That's not good. I know Doug, that's not good.
Good morning, all. My name is Laura Patino. I'm the Director of Resilience and Sustainability for the City of San Antonio. Unfortunately, Doug Melnick was not able to be here today, and so both Patsy Williams and Leslie Antunes from the team and myself are here to guide you through this presentation. I just wanted to kick off this presentation before I hand it over to my colleagues, really highlighting the importance of this plan and this effort. It has been a collaborative effort between the City of San Antonio, the COG, and many of the members represented here today, in terms of how we look at our region and our ability to plan, prepare for, and adapt to extreme heat, to wildfire, to flooding, to drought. And so today you will hear about how this plan has come to be and recommendations in terms of steps to move forward. And we'll be able to address any questions. So thank you. With that, I'll hand it over to Patricia McWilliams to guide us through the presentation.
Thank you, Laura. Hi, good morning. I'm Patricia McWilliams, and I'm going to talk about the Alamo Area Climate Plan. So back in 2023, the city of San Antonio applied for a grant through the EPA to do these planning grants that basically measure greenhouse gas emissions and come up with ideas on how to reduce those measures. We focused on cleaning up air pollution, and as you can see in the United States map there, we had a lot of municipal statistical areas apply for them, all of them in Texas, El Paso, Houston, the Rio Grande down in the very bottom, Dallas, and then San Antonio and Austin as well. And so they're all separate municipal areas, and we all applied separately. Most of the other areas had a COG that helped with theirs, and we used the Alamo Area Council of Governments to build our plan out. So this is more than just climate action. We're talking about clean air, public health, economic competitiveness, and good jobs, including training, clean and secure energy, and emergency preparedness. So greenhouse gases are gases that trap heat within the atmosphere. They kind of make like a lid on the earth so that the heat doesn't rise outside of that atmospheric pressure. So we have greenhouse gas reduction strategies that help to reduce some of those emissions and make them lower depending on the sector. So by sector, we have greenhouse gas emissions mostly coming from the transportation and mobile sources at 33%. Overall in the entire region, which includes Bexar County all the way up to Fredericksburg and down to Tilden and across both left and right or east and west, that's 41 million metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalent. That's the same as like 5.6 million homes needing energy for 1 year, or 11 coal-fired power plants, how much emissions they put out in 1 year. The other largest sector is the commercial, residential, and industrial energy sector. Combined, they actually make about 39%. So the energy sector is higher than transportation if you take it as a combined emissions. So we're talking about reducing emissions by like 10% by 2030 or up to 50% by 2050. These are moderate but achievable goals. We started with a 2021 baseline. That is the first year that we as the region did a greenhouse gas inventory. And that's where we came up with that number, 41.9 million metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalent. Just for some to put that into other terms, the San Antonio Climate Ready Action Plan says that our baseline in 2016 was 17.4 million metric tons, and the city itself has a goal of reaching net zero by 2050. Means that we're putting out less carbon than we're sucking back in. So we have our modeling strategy. Business as usual, which kind of flows with the very top green up there. So if we don't do anything to reduce our emissions are going to go up eventually. And if we do start to reduce our emissions, we could, with these moderate strategies, actually achieve 50% by 2050. Now, if we went more hardcore, we're looking at 80% stretch goal, but we're just presenting some ideas for a 50% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. So we'll start with our sectors. We've got transportation sector. Like I said before, this is has the most emissions across the Alamo area. So we're talking about expanding traveling choice and quality, access to more electric vehicle chargers, and then bringing back traditional main streets, which means that there are more walkable areas that instead of needing to move your car back and forth to park in different locations. In the energy sector, we've got the 3 residential, commercial, and industrial energies. We're talking about making homes more weatherized, modernizing them through electrification. That means making sure that they're sealed up real nice and tight, whether they've got good energy efficient appliances in them and things of that nature. For commercial energy, we're talking about how can we encourage businesses or the more commercial side of things to put solar panels and other green energy solutions on their buildings. And through the industrial energy, we're talking about carbon capture and supporting industrial fuel switching, among other things. Process and fugitive emissions, that's basically getting your concrete from your local producers or having your LDAR. Those are leak detection and repair programs for methane leaks. And then agriculture, forestry, and other land use, which y'all may have noticed was a very small section of the greenhouse gas emissions, but they help tremendously to actually pull some of that carbon out of the air and out of the ground and put it back where it should be, which is down below. So we want to plant more trees, expand our green spaces, maybe use a little bit less nitrous oxide emissions in our agricultural use, and see just look at these different options that can be utilized throughout the Alamo area. In the waste sector, we did talk to a lot of people who are really interested in more recycling programs, and that's a great way to reduce greenhouse gas emissions within the Alamo area as well, reducing food waste, composting, and then even landfill gas collection systems. We put out a survey at the beginning of this process in 2024, had a lot of responses on that of people interested in reducing greenhouse gases. And then we also put out a survey after we came up with our draft plan to get some feedback to see what the people across the Alamo area, both public, government, and business sectors all felt about it. So overall, there was a strong support. I think that the measures were pretty favorable with limited opposition. Like I said, we had government, private sector, and nonprofit stakeholders, and as well as the general public. And then we had some concerns about implementation and how we were going to afford all that, who's going to be doing the cost analysis. And these are all things that we'd like to talk about, how we can help move the projects forward by giving you cost analysis and targeting some of these more vulnerable groups. Funding opportunities, I'm sure y'all have heard of PACE and TERP and some of these others. Federal tax credits for energy. The city of San Antonio just received a $1.2 million tax credit for our 2024 municipal solar project. So there is ways to get money back from this once you've put in some small starting funds. So our next steps, like we said before, we had the survey done back in March, and we had a lot of interest in that. Today, I've presented on our Alamo Area Climate Action Plan, and we're hoping that we can get the ACOG board to just notice it, take some notice, and say, you know, this might be a good thing for us to do in the community. But then there's also the option of adopting it and having the Alamo Area Council of Governments kind of help support this and push it forward. I will be submitting this climate action plan to the EPA on June 1st and a status report in December. And then we're hoping that we can help y'all and help the rest of the Alamo area do some implementation strategies on this. And it looks like that's all.
More. Hearing none, then we will move on to item number 7, our report from our executive director, Mr. Cliff.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. I will try to be as brief as I can as well. On our staffing updates, I wanted to introduce you all, some of you may know her, to our newest public affairs manager, and that is Tabitha. Tabitha joins us from Atascosa County. We stole her from Judge Cood, who was very gracious. I tell you, like making that phone call. But he was very, very gracious and thinks very, very highly of Tabitha, and we are looking forward to having her taking over as manager of ACOG's communications and public affairs efforts. In our operational updates, in aging, in honor or in recognition of Older Americans Month, for the first time ever, ACOG's Bear Aging AAA program partnered with Meals on Wheels to deliver 200 meals to seniors across Bexar County. The team also distributed information on aging services programs to nearly 2,800 seniors. On a future item, on June the 25th at 11 a.m. in this boardroom, Alamo Area Aging and IDD programs will be presenting Identifying System Gaps training focusing on Medicaid waiver programs and aging programs. Topics include dealing with situations where caregivers can no longer provide care, emergency planning, and how to access services. And if you have any questions, please contact me or Paula Riggs here at ACOG, and we'll be glad to answer anything we can for you. In Alamo Regional Transit, on May the 2nd, ART provided transportation for over 600 individuals during the Great American Air Show held at Randolph Air Force Base. In our IDD program, on June the 2nd, from 10 a.m. to noon, ACOG's IDD program will offer a virtual person-centered outcomes training. Participants learn how to develop person-centered outcomes for individuals with IDD. Likewise, if you have any questions, you may contact me or Elisa Williams in our IDD program. On June 11th through 12th, the IDD program will offer in-person plan facilitation training, which provides participants with a clear understanding of how person-centered thinking skills inform person-centered planning. This training will be held from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. here at ACOG. Once again, you can contact Elisa or me. In regional services, the Texas CDBG program is preparing for the 27th to 28th fiscal year application and funding period. As you know, these grants provide wastewater and water infrastructure, street and drainage improvements, and housing activities. As part of this funding process in the Alamo region, ACOG will hold 2 public meetings in June to discuss and recommend the region's project priorities. We will be bringing these recommended priorities to you in our June board meeting for adoption and submission to the Texas Department of Agriculture program. Finally, the elected officials workshop will be held in the ACOG boardroom on Friday, June the 26th from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Registration opens on Thursday, May the 28th and closes on Wednesday, June the 24th, and lunch will be provided. For information, please contact Claudia Mora, Regional Service Administrator. Claudia. And for those of you, I know you all know the importance of the adhering to the Open Records Act and the Open Meetings Act, but I urge your newly elected officials, colleagues, to please attend the training. It's so very important, and as you all know, some of those statutes have some pitfalls and landmines that a newly elected official can find their new burgeoning career tarnished from the get-go. So I urge them all to attend the training. Thank you very much. That concludes my presentation.
Any questions for Cliff? All right, thank you, Cliff. Item number 8 is our consent agenda. These would be items A through G. Everybody have a chance to look over those.
Chairman, I have a question on it.
Yes, sir.
Mid last week, we all got the agenda.
Mm-hmm.
On Friday late evening,
Yes.
we got an email saying that the minutes that are in here,
Or amended.
right,
Yes.
and that fell in between the time of posting and the 3 full days that were now allowed by the legislators to our meeting. And you can't, unless I'm wrong, you can't make a change within that 3-day period. And I just want to make sure that if we're going to approve them, we're doing it the correct way.
Yeah, so those are just the previous meetings. They're not a posted item. So the agenda was posted, and that has not changed.
Okay.
This is just a
An amendment.
revision.
As long as you're aware of it and we're
Yes.
good, I'm fine with it. I just want to bring it up. I don't want to get nobody in
Yes.
a bad way.
Well, as I pointed out a moment ago, those statutes have some pitfalls, so thank you. Thank you. But I'm confident we're in good shape because it's not a posted item.
Got you. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge Evan, for that amendment, catching that.
Move approval of the consent agenda.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Who was the second?
Chairman Hasslocker. Okay, hearing none. Any more discussion? All right, our new business this morning, item number 9, consider and act upon the recommendation to approve and submit the Alamo Area Agency on Aging and Bear Area Agency on Aging fiscal years 2027 through 2029 draft area plans to the Texas Health and Human Services Commission, HHSC. This item will not require a budget amendment. Ms. Maria and Ms. Mike.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. My name is Maria Hernandez, AAA Manager of Integrated Services. Today's presentation provides an overview of the federal fiscal year 2027-2029 proposed area agencies on aging area plans. After sharing the timeline for this project, I will turn the presentation over to Ms. Maria Gonzalez, who will provide a brief overview of the area plans. The project started on August 1st, 2025. We executed a contract with Ms. Maria Gonzalez, CEO of Virtara Solutions, to develop the plans. The drafts were posted for public comment from January 30th through March 31st. This allowed a 61 calendar day public comment review period. Both of our senior advisory committees were updated regularly on the progress of this project. The Bear Senior Advisory Committee voted to approve the submission of the drafts on March 27th, and the Alamo Senior Advisory Committee voted to approve the submission of the drafts on May 20th. Today, we are requesting your approval to submit the drafts to the Health and Human Services Commission as required. The versions will be ready with your approval and signature, and they are due to the Health and Human Services Commission by May 29th. After that, the Human Services Commission will have time to review and provide feedback, which we will then review and incorporate as necessary. We should receive approval from HHSC by September 30th, and the area plans will become effective October 1st. Are there any questions about the timeline? Thank you. Here we go.
Good morning, board. My name is Maria Gonzalez. I am the CEO and founder of Virtara Solutions. As Maria stated earlier, what we're going to discuss today are the goals, objectives, strategies, and outcomes for the proposed plans for the upcoming fiscal year 27 through 29. Now, these plans were guided by the authority and directives that came out of the Older Americans Act amended in 2020. And as Maria mentioned, they will be submitted for review and approval by May 29th. The focus area, the planning process and focus area of the proposed plans are really intended to target and outreach and services to meet the needs of the older individuals, with special emphasis on the following populations listed below, including those with greatest economic need, greatest social need, those who reside in rural areas, who have severe disabilities, Alzheimer's, and of course, some special emphasis to caregivers. So we've identified 5 goals, which I'll go into in detail, as well as objectives that are tied to those goals and the strategies to achieve those objectives. So goal 1.1 here is to promote excellence in OAA core programs. And objective 1.1 of this goal is to improve access to nutrition services and reduce food insecurity. On the table, you'll see some strategies that we hope to achieve this objective, and how these strategies apply across the board to both Alamo and Bexar. I think it's important to note as well that these are not all-encompassing, but the needs exist for both the Alamo region and Bexar County. So we chose to display the strategies in this way. So some examples, without reading through each one, are how we intend to incorporate food insecurity screening questions into all assessments, enhance access to nutrition education, and to continue to monitor unmet nutrition needs monthly, and expand partnerships with meal and grocery delivery programs. And some examples of how we have achieved that are visible here in these pictures. In December 2025, there was a pilot with Northside ISD and a nonprofit, Texas Grandparents Raising Grandchildren. And the intention behind that effort was to reduce food insecurity during the winter school break. And so that is one example of how we are looking at innovative ways to improve access to nutrition services and reduce food insecurity. Objective 1.2, goal 1, is to expand supportive services. Again, listing quite a few strategies here for how we intend to achieve that, with some photos that I'd like to highlight, but really about expanding partnerships and going into the community and hosting outreach events like those that you'll see in the pictures here, with things like education expeditions and supporting initiatives like Cool Neighbor, Warm Hearts to address temperature vulnerabilities. You'll see that in the top picture where people are holding fans, and then of course those community outreach events. The intention here again is to expand supportive services and raise awareness for services that are already available in the area. Objective 1.3, strengthen evidence-based health promotion. For this objective, we'll be partnering with senior centers and community organizations to offer classes both virtually and in person. The examples in the photos shown are of bingo size and Tai Chi, which you'll see in the pictures. This allows for those populations to participate in evidence-based health promotion initiatives, both virtually and in person. Now, goal 2 is to increase community engagement during disasters and reduce social isolation. Objective 1.1 is to reduce social isolation because, as you all know, social isolation and loneliness can significantly impact physical and mental health, especially in high-risk populations. So some ways that we intend to achieve that objective are to host digital literacy programs to improve skills and confidence in navigating technologies, and to create social engagement events so that our seniors can feel more connected. Goal 3 is to improve coordination across aging, disability, and health systems. Objective 3.1 is to strengthen home and community-based services, navigation, and access. And how we intend to do that is to strengthen relationships with community partners and collaborate with them to host lunch and learn sessions, to cross-train on available benefits, community resources, and referral processes. In the photos on the screen, those are pictures of outreach events with partners 15RX and the San Antonio Food Bank. Moving on to goal 4, to protect older Texans' rights and prevent abuse, neglect, and exploitation. The objective here is to strengthen elder rights protections. Out of the strategies here, we wanted to highlight, again, hosting events in the community with partners like the South Texas Adult Protective Services Community Board to ensure that providers in the region are informed and aware, better informed and aware of the risks that can lead to elder abuse and financial exploitation And I have some pictures here to show some of those seminars that were hosted. And finally, goal 5, strengthen support for family caregivers. The objective here is to reduce caregiver stress and strengthen caregiver support. So the Alamo Caregiver Support Coalition is one way that we get out into the community. It expands its reach through its presence in the community by hosting events like you'll see here on the screen. Since October 2024, the coalition has participated in 18 targeted outreach events throughout Bexar County. And again, this is to help develop caregiver support services, to outreach, to raise awareness about outreach initiatives for caregiver needs, and expand caregiver support groups to, again, facilitate and reduce loneliness and social isolation in this population. Are there any questions about any of the goals that we've identified, objectives or strategies to achieve those goals?
Judge,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you for your presentation. Judge, and probably a Cliff question, but this is a company that outsources these programs for the COG. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to
No,
understand
are
who
you
they
talking
are.
about Ms. Gonzalez here? She's
Yes,
our
their company.
consultant. But she is just the consultant on the plans
Oh,
themselves.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
So, and of course, we have various vendors to carry out, for instance, Meals on Wheels and the city of San Antonio and various other entities to do the nutrition services.
But this is just for Bexar County?
And the Alamo area.
And
both
Alamo.
Bear
Oh.
and the Triple.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Like I said, this does not require a budget amendment, but it does require action.
Move approval.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? None. All right, thank you. Item number 10 is consider and act upon the recommendation to ratify the executive director's authorization to release a request for proposals, RFP, for the installation of fiber optic cable for 3 projects under the intergovernmental support agreement.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the board. I'm Will McKnight, Senior Director here at ACOG. Have under my portfolio everything related to Military Veterans Affairs, all senior services, and also everything in relation to weatherization. So here I have the Military Affairs hat on, and what we want to highlight is first and foremost the fact that the partnership that we've established with JBSA and ACOG started in September 2019 before I got here, so I'm not going to take credit for that. With that being said, the concept of the IGSA has now been mimicked throughout all of the services. While some services do it better than others, the benefit that we have been able to glean, and we're going to continue to glean as we prepare for another 10-year renewal period, has been exponential, not only for the ability of what ACOG has to provide support to the mission effectiveness in maintaining critical missions in support of JBSA, but also the value in regards to the services that we provide to our communities. So within the context of this RFP, we're asking for to do fiber optic cable installation, east and west towers on Randolph Air Force Base. And then the second one is the air traffic control tower on Lackland Air Force Base. So what's the benefit if you've never heard of the IGSA, the Intergovernmental Support Agreement? Essentially, we're able to do procurement and execute projects at a much faster rate than the federal government can, as many of you well know. So what we are able to do through the IGSA is leverage these resources to get the services to JBSA at a much faster rate and honestly at a much cheaper cost. So where ACOG benefits financially is through us managing the project. We're using our procurement resources and our project management capacity. We are repaid through our 15% indirect. So as we go through these processes, so what we want to do is to continue to, I will be coming to see you because we have a few other fiber optic projects that are currently in the hopper that we're trying to work through with JBSA. But again, we just recently completed one, which was kind of our small demo that we did on Fort Sam Houston, a relatively small one, and we had so much success for that. So we're at the point now where we're really starting to pick up momentum. So here I am in front of you in regards to approval for this RFP. With that being said, again, we do request that it will require a budget amendment at this time based off the constraints that are applied to it. And as such, staff recommends board approval to go forward to not only approve the ratification of the RFP, but also as we go through contractor selection to allow the executive director to approve and subsequently execute a contract with that selected provider.
That y'all have already completed, did y'all tie into existing that was out in the city of San Antonio somewhere?
No, it was on Fort Sam Houston
already
proper, yes.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So the Fort Sam project, very successful. Like I said, our contracting squadron who kind of executes that our end of the intergovernmental support agreement, very satisfied with it. To include, the future projects that you're talking about here, to also even looking at expanding or redoing this particular exit, because just on the fiber alone, we're already about to hit the ceiling of the cost cap. That then, the blanket exit, if you will, so then all those other services that we leverage off of that particular exit won't be able to get after it because we will have already reached the cost cap. So very beneficial, especially the fiber with the towers, where sometimes have cases where they have difficulty talking to one another based on the existing comm structure. So having modern comms means towers can talk to one another, talk to pilots, to ground crew, everything is safe. And that's definitely something we want.
Great, thank you for that. Any other discussion? Need a move for approval?
I'll move.
Second. Judge Kelly, and second, Grant, Commissioner Moody. All right, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? None? Thank you. All right, item number 11 this morning is we were moving to executive session. It is 10:37. And we will convene into executive session. All right, everybody, welcome back in. Looks like most everybody's back in. It is 11:03. We will get back into our open session.
That's 5% or 5% of the cost. I have to go back to that one.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I called Washington and everything else as soon as I found out about
We
it.
will look for a motion for action on item number 11 resulting from executive session. Is there a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to move to approve the settlement in the amount of $415,000 in the matter of ACOG versus Barrage Investments with a binding settlement agreement as negotiated by attorneys.
Second. Got a motion and a second. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed to that? Seeing none, motion carries. Item 12, our next meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, June 24th, 2026 at 10 o'clock in the morning here at ACOG. Cliff, you have something? Transportation Board members, Judge Whitman, you head that up. Don't take off.
That's me, I'm heading to the door.
All right, item 13 is we are moved to adjourn, and we are adjourned at 11:04 a.m. Thank you all.